Hello and welcome back to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of the latest and not so latest Easter eggs in video games, with the only rule being that they cannot have been featured on my channel before. In today's episode, it looks like we're going to need a bigger boat in Battlefield 5, we remember Bethesda's infamous E3 conference in Drug Dealer Simulator, and we take a trip to the bottom of the ocean in Just Cause 4. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg that I'm yet to cover, then the best place to let me know is in the comments section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Oh, and if you are enjoying this series, then a like is really appreciated. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So to start things off, let's take a look back at a game we covered in episode 22 of this series. Deliver Us the Moon had a surprising amount of pretty cool Easter eggs, but it seems we may have missed one. On the final level of the game, in the crew's sleep quarters, you can find this. So inside of a toilet, you can find the face of one of the development teams staring back at you. I mean, it's not somewhere I'd put my face, but who am I to judge? So mobile games are something that I've never really covered when it comes to Easter eggs. I think it's partly due to most mobile games being nothing but cash grabs that try to empty your pockets through microtransactions. But there are some mobile games out there that do have pretty good Easter eggs. Take this next game for example. Hashiriya Drifter #1 Racing is a racing game with an emphasis on drifting. I mean, the clues are in the title. Well, if you head to Drift Track 2 during the day, you can find this. Listen, I know as far as Easter eggs go, this is pretty low effort, but I'm sure there are other mobile games out there with really cool Easter eggs. So if you know of any, be sure to let me know in the comments or on my socials. The links, as always, are in the description. Next up is Drug Dealer Simulator, a game that sees you attempt to build a drug empire from very humble beginnings. It's up to you to buy, sell, and mix your drugs however you see fit. But be warned, low quality or high priced drugs will lose you customers. So if the thought of becoming the next Pablo Escobar floats your boat, then check it out. The first Easter egg of note in Drug Simulator is this. So those of you who follow me on Instagram would have seen me post this Easter egg a couple of weeks ago, where none of you actually managed to guess the name of the game. This message, which is supposed to read, "Don't open bums inside," but could also be read as "Don't bums open inside," is a reference to this scene from season 1 of the Walking Dead TV show. Up next is a pretty obvious reference to Breaking Bad. So this graffiti is of course Walter White from the hit Netflix show. The final Easter egg actually takes a shot at Todd Howard, the creative director of Skyrim, Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. On a low texture quality rock in Drug Dealer Simulator, you can find this message. So 16 times the detail is the now infamous way that Todd Howard described the landscape of Fallout 76 at the 2018 E3 Bethesda conference.
We always start with the world, and this time it features all new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology. It allows us to have 16 times the detail and even.
So in episode 25 of this series, we covered the secret room in the clock tower on the new Silent Hill map in Dead by Daylight. Well, it turns out that isn't the only secret room in the game. On the underground complex map, there is a chance that instead of a staircase leading to the basement, this room will spawn instead. Well, if you select the nurse as your killer and use her blink ability, you can find this. So 4 dead scientists hold up with some beers. Unfortunately, their plan to hide out didn't seem to work. Up next is one of the creepiest Easter eggs I've found in a while. The Battlefield series and sharks have long gone hand in hand, with gigantic sharks featuring in both Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1. Well, on the Battlefield 5 map, Twisted Steel, the shark may not be gigantic, but it doesn't make it any less menacing. So to get this shark to spawn, you need to come to this area of the map and wait. That's it. After a while, the shark will appear before vanishing again. I tried diving into the water to get a closer look, but had no luck. Listen, all I'm going to say is, next time you find yourself in the water in Battlefield 5, watch your back. So it's time for our Back to the Future or Titanic Easter egg that we must include in every episode of this series, just to prove how common those particular Easter eggs are. Now, I know some of you don't enjoy seeing these Easter eggs, and if I'm honest, I'm getting kind of bored including them, but I did promise that I would include one in every episode of this series until the end of the year, so here we are. Also, if I'm being honest, these Easter eggs are becoming harder to find, so it may end up ending sooner than that. Anyway, the Easter egg I've chosen for today's video comes from Halo 4. So much like Grand Theft Auto 5 in the last episode, it's a sticker with the 1.21 gigawatts warning on it, a reference to Back to the Future.
But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity. 1.21 gigawatts!
Up next is one of those really cool Easter eggs that you don't have to do anything to find. Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville has already provided us with some pretty cool Easter eggs since its release in 2019, but I never knew about this one. If you load up the game and wait at the menu, a short trailer will play. Nothing unusual there. After the trailer is finished, the main menu will look like this. So this is of course a reference to the Plants vs Zombies series' humble beginnings as a tower defense game. Regular viewers of this series may also remember the recreation of the original version of the game we found back in episode 16. Something I love to see is a game studio acknowledge the memes born from its games. If I'm honest, it's something that happens all too rarely, but in the Modern Warfare 2 remaster, we find one that is a reference to one of the most popular video game memes ever. On the Wolverine's mission, you can spot this. So press F to pay respects is a reference to this scene from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Viscera Cleanup Detail is a game that is packed with secrets and cool things to find. I'm talking about things like a secret Minecraft themed cave to a painting that will change before your very eyes. Well, despite those being really cool, sometimes it's the obvious Easter eggs that are the best. Take this next find for example. On the Athena's Wrath level, you can find this. So, nothing fancy, just a good old-fashioned actual Easter egg. The final Easter egg in today's video comes from the Easter egg hunter's wet dream that is Just Cause 4. Ever since Just Cause 2, the Just Cause series has blessed us with some of video games' finest Easter eggs, and I'd argue that the Easter egg I'm sharing today is probably the hardest of them all to actually find. At this location on the map, if you dive to the bottom of the ocean, something that I believe is only possible with the use of mods, you can find this. So as you can tell by the flashing on screen, Rico should really be dead here, but the power of console commands is too strong. This Easter egg was found well over 18 months after Just Cause 4 launched, which leaves me with that really annoying question. What else have I missed over the years? So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, then a like is really appreciated. If you're a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. I'd like to thank Barry from my Discord server for letting me know about the Plants vs Zombies Easter egg, and to Swifter Thunder for helping me record the Dead by Daylight Easter egg. If you want to support this channel further, as well as see your name in the credits and get access to videos early, then check the links to my Patreon in the description, or become a YouTube member by clicking the join button. A big thank you to the following patrons and YouTube members: Claire Lawrence, Funky Guy, Old Gen Gamer, Nicholas J twice, Kevin Hummett twice, DJX Gaming and Taco622. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.